in this similar vein of necessity or crisis driving connection, I wonder if you could share how Ifa Orisha tradition, as a tradition with deep understanding of the forces of nature, how the tradition might diagnose our current ecological crisis.
Ooh, we in trouble, y'all.
Are there stories that speak to that? Are there how to begin to conceive it?
Oh, we in so much trouble, y'all. The ancestors are pissed. They are really pissed because, they are reborn through us. And we're messing up the place that they want to come back to. That's one of the things. I was talking to a Congolese brother a while back who said that, the problems with the ozone layer was interfering with messages that we were supposed to be receiving. We have had over the last 5 or 6 years priestesses of Oshun who've entered the waters of the river, the Oshun River in Oshobo, priestesses in Venezuela and in Cuba, in places, who go into the water and who come out in trance saying that Oshun has said that if we don't clean up our act, she will leave us, Now this is a famous Odu, Oshe Otura, where Oshun left the earth and everything dried up. We are receiving very, very clear instructions around what kind of things we have to do to not have Iya leave us. I want you to imagine, to realize that only 2% of the water on the face of the earth is fresh water. Only 2%. 3/4 of that is caught up in icebergs. Imagine for a minute what would happen if all the sweet water left the earth. It's over, okay? Know that we look at the situation that our drinking water, we're now in a place where people are buying water in a bottle. We're in a place where life-giving water is being diverted to decorative fountains instead of people's farms. We are, in places where entire villages are being denied water. And so-called bee farmers are actually raping the queen bee. Honey, which is sacred to Oshun, is being contaminated with sugar water. The bugs, especially the bees who cross-pollinate our food, is being killed off. Outfits like Monsanto is creating frankenfood that kills its own offspring. The genetic modification of human beings and plants and animals is going on. It is like this insanity has to be stopped, lest we wipe ourselves out as a species. Because one of the things I learned a long time ago, the earth can do without us. She don't really need us, you know what I'm saying? And so we have priests all over the world who are leading rituals where we are singing and dancing and praying and placating the waters. I know that that's going on regularly in New Orleans because people do not want another Hurricane Katrina, It is going on in places that have been hit by tsunami. I just heard that there was trash from the Japan tsunami that hit this coast and that the trash itself was almost as big as the state of Texas. Just, I mean, trying to imagine that is mind-boggling for me. So, I say to people, the first step is gratitude. If you got a glass of clean water, don't waste it. Be grateful for it. The next thing is placation. If there's a sweet water stream anywhere near you, just go there and say thanks. The next thing is work. Clean up, pick up the trash, move some rocks, help the water to flow, and kindness to others. I had a situation the other day where the woman behind the counter couldn't understand why I was giving some money to the woman standing next to me. Outside, she had said to me, would you come across the street with me and buy me a chicken sandwich because I haven't eaten. I told her, come in here with me, and once I buy my food, if I have any change, I'll give you some, which I knew I would have some change. So the woman comes in with me, and the one behind the counter is shooting her hateful darts and just wanting her to get out. I said, no, I'm going to give her some money. So I give her some money. And the woman behind the counter says to me, what would it take for you to not give her some money? Well, first of all, it's my money. I give it to any damn body I want to, right? But I said, she asked me for it. Well, why you feel you have to give it to her? I said, because she's hungry. Well, why you had to give it to her? Because I am a child of Osun. And what I know is anybody who is hungry deserves to eat. You got that? And once I did that, her whole thing changed. She came down off her high horse, and suddenly she was friendly to me. I told the woman didn't ask me for no money for alcohol or drugs. She asked me to buy her some food. I gave her the money because I didn't feel like walking across the street. And so sometimes people get so callous and defensive that you can't tell the difference between somebody who's trying to hustle you and somebody who's dying because they're hungry. And that's the Oshun sensibility, to be able to tell the difference and to address that. So I'm saying that our salvation will come in a true humility, which is not bowing and scraping to somebody, but keeping your ear close to the earth and listening carefully to what she is saying to you. Now, I admit that I'm one of them people who are way on the other end of that. There are folks who can walk outside and not feel the sunshine or the air and are totally oblivious to the fact that the plants are growing around them. I'm way on the other end of that. I talk to the plants. I can feel the plants. I talk back to the birds and all of that. I think it's much better. Everybody who's over here need to come. You ain't got to be as far out as me, but come on in a little bit, because you live here.
The story you referenced of Oshetura and of Oshun leaving the earth, the remedy that's called for, or the repair in that story, is that some of what you're speaking to about the spirit of non-abandonment, of gratitude, of honoring the waters?
Yes. Yeah, in the Odu Oshetura, when Oshun comes down with the other deities, and they treat her as if she is unimportant. And she decides, rather than to
I miss I miss